BookTube, it's Missy, and today I will be doing my TBR for May 2014. Little Book Owl did a video today where she talked about a readathon that is being hosted by a few of the booktubers, and if you go to the link below, it will take you to the Goodreads channel where you can join the readathon if you want. It's a full year readathon where every single month there's a new theme, and this month's theme is to read like the finish up series or continue on with a series. I think that's what it's called, but I'll leave all the information down below. So thank you, Little Book Owl, for sharing that with us, so that way we can all join the readathon. And it starts this week from the 1st through the 11th, I think. I can't remember. But I did join the group today, and I will be starting it, which is perfect because this month my theme for my TBR is sequels. And the reason why I chose sequels is because recently I've been reading a lot of sequels and they just weren't very good. So I was hoping with this month, because I've chosen only sequels, that it will encourage me to continue on with, the rest of the series, just because I want to see if there is a stigma on if sequels are bad or good.
Making any sense? No, never. It never makes sense. I tell you what, it's so hot.
Okay, going to start my TBR now. The first book that I will be reading this month is Rick Yancey's The Curse of the Wendigo. This is the sequel to The Monstermologist. I really, really liked it, The Monstermologist, so I'm extremely excited to read the second book. I also have the entire series sitting on my shelf, so I can't wait to read the whole thing. If I am able to get through all of these series, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but if I can, I will continue on with some of the series that I already own and that I can easily continue on with. Does that make sense? If I don't have to borrow it from the library, I will continue on reading it. Okay. Alright, the next book I will be reading is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This is the sequel to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I hauled this a few months ago. I'm really excited to read this book. I loved the first one, and so is this a duology? I don't remember if he said he was going to make a third book or not. And so I will be reading the second one. I'm excited. Alright, the next book that I will be reading this month is Frostbite by Rochelle Mead. This is the second book to the Vampire Academy. I own the entire series, so again, if I can finish all these books, I will continue on reading this series because it was really, really good. Next, oh yes, it's happening. Unhinged by A.G. Howard. I just love this cover. I love it. This is the sequel to Splintered, which was my favorite book of 2013. I cannot wait to read this. Morpheus is super hot. He's a underworld guy with tattoos around his eyes. What do they call them? Underlings? I can't remember. I'm excited to read it. It's gonna happen this month. Yay! The next book on my list is Necromancing the Stone by Lish McBride. Oh, this is really shiny. This is the sequel to Hold Me Closer, Necromancer. I do not own the first one, but I do own the second one. I don't know. I'll see if I like this one just as much, and if I do, I'll buy the first one eventually. But I'm excited to get on with the series. Next is Sweetly by Jackson Pierce. All of her books are actually standalones. I mean, they're all retellings of fairy tales, but I don't believe any of the characters are, you know, seen in any of the other books, like Cinder, the Lunar Chronicles. You know how Cinder, and then she's also in the book Scarlet, and then they pair up and they're both in Cress. I think these ones are all standalone books, but they're all grouped together as the retelling fairy tales, if that makes sense. I am assuming Sweetly is Hansel and Gretel. I'm not sure, but I'm excited to read it. And then lastly from my personal bookshelf is Girl of Nightmares by Kendar Blake. I listened to the first one, which was, what was the first one called? Anna Dressed in Blood. I listened to it on audio and I hated it for like 60% of the book, just because I did not like the author, like the narrator of the audiobook. I didn't like his voice. He was very annoying sounding. So I kind of wish I would have read it like from physical copy. I might have enjoyed it more. But I am excited to read the second one. I do not own the first one, but I do have the second one. So I will be reading this one too. So that was 7 books from my shelf. Now on to the ones that I borrowed from the library. I have World After by Susan E. I'm at 60% or 50%, something like that. This was one of the books that I was trying to finish yesterday before the month was over so I could add this to my wrap-up, but I couldn't finish it. I was just too tired. And this is really good so far. I did enjoy Angel Fall. Why couldn't I think of the beginning? I did enjoy Angel Fall, and this is turning out to be better than the first. I really, really want to see Raffi. He's not in it yet, really. He's had like little peekaboo moments in the book so far, but nothing solid. I'm really waiting to see him in the book. Next, I will be reading Zombie Glass, or Through the Zombie Glass by Gina Showalter. I am barely in here. I think it's like 10%. Again, I put these 2 books at the end of the month just so that way if I, for some reason, couldn't get to them or finish them, that it would be easy just to throw on to May, because these are both sequels. And this is the sequel to what is it called? Alice in Zombieland. Duh. So yeah, I am excited to finish this one. Alright, and then you already got to see these books because I just hauled them with my library haul, but the sequel to Poison Study is Magic Study, so this is on the TBR list. Then there is Scorch, which is the sequel to Croak from Gina D'Amico. Really excited to read that one. That one's like super exciting. And then I have, Unravel Me by Tahira Mafi. This is the sequel to Shatter Me. And like I said, if I can finish this one and I have lots of time for some reason, which I'm sure that's not going to happen, I will finish the series and read Ignite Me. And then there's Fever by Lauren DeStefano. This is the sequel to Wither. And that's the Chemical Garden trilogy. This one was really good as well. And then lastly is Red Glove, which is the sequel to White Cat from Holly Black. And that's it. That's my TBR. That is a ton of books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 books. We'll see how far I get this month. Or I read 13 in April, and hopefully with this readathon I'm able to get a lot done And then there's also About a Books readathon, which is the following week, but I didn't understand what the criteria was for that. So if anybody knows about the About a Books readathon, if you can just read whatever, or if it has to have some kind of theme to it, let me know down in the comments below. Other than that, that is my TBR for the month of May. I will have another video up tomorrow, maybe, for my Friday reads. I can't believe it's already been a week. That's insane. But probably, since I've already uploading so many videos, I'll just skip the Friday reads and say that I'll probably read Frostbite tomorrow, and then finish up World After and start more on Through the Zombie Glass. That's it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend and a great Friday. Goodbye.